What's up, everyone? So this video is called Simps Try to Impress Girls. Yeah, it's an Mgtow video, or Mgtow as people pronounce it. I pronounce it Mgtow because we're towing them. Spirit is towing this whole domain, this whole physical matter matrix, this whole chrysalis cage. I talk about this sort of thing in the now on sale and available Organic Portals Handbook. That took me over a year to complete, and is an absolute masterpiece, which, you know, I'm very proud of. And yeah, it's the best single piece of work that I've written besides consciousazine.net. The best thing about this is that it's not, you know, laden with spelling errors, because, you know, I made consciousazine at midnight during a Bachelor of Business IT majors degree back at university, so, you know, it's a whole different setting to, you know, in a meditative setting like this in South America, traveling, going to the computer shop in full focus. So yeah, it's a good book. I'm pretty happy with it. It is gonna shock the shit out of people. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked with what's going on in it now. In the last month, I really ramped it up and added a whole lot of those little cool complex quotes I make, which make you think for a couple of years on each quote. They're the like concrescent gold tips in the OP handbook that I just kept placing them in this last month. I thought something was missing from the like report structure of bullet points and sections and mini essays and allegories. I thought, you know, I need something else. Here's the form, here's the base, but I need to put something else in it, and so I put in these little complex quotes that you see in consciousazine.net, but new ones, and only quotes that will ever be read in the Organic Portals Handbook. Sometimes I'll copy paste a few, but I'm not going to do that with all of them. You know, I'll give you a few here and there. You won't know if they're from the Organic Portal Handbook either. Some of them I put in the end of the quote my name and then the Organic Portals Handbook, so then you'll know, but not all of them. So yeah, I added all these complex quotes. Anyway, you know, I talk about the secondary feminine matrix in there, you know, Father Spirit, Mother Nature, and how this is a secondary feminine matrix. And it is a big prelude and a connection piece to another thing that I'm going to write, which is going to be huge. And I mean, when I say huge, really big, like a really big novel. And it's going to be called the Organic Portals Matrix Guide, and it will be the most comprehensive piece of work that you've ever come across to do with this being a matrix. Without a doubt. It's going to take me years to write. And yeah, I wouldn't do it if it was just like, you know, I want to do it, but it's coming through me. You know what I mean? Like consciousazine.net came through me. Same thing with the Organic Portals Matrix Guide and this Organic Portals Handbook. That's now complete and on sale. You have the special opportunity, because you're not just the public and you're on this channel, which is essentially private. Even though it's a public channel with public videos, it's kind of like a private environment shielded from 7 billion people. There's only thousands of us, right, on this channel. So you guys have the opportunity to get the special offer of the signature version with my signature in it and a special copy, and it also makes it a collector's item, of the Organic Portals Handbook for $50 US to my PayPal, which I put in many videos, but I guess if I remember, I'll put the PayPal in this video. Otherwise, just comment that you want to buy the Organic Portals Handbook, and I will put in the video description the PayPal. Anyway, That's a non-public sold version. Sorry to take so long, but it's relevant to what I'm talking about. That organic portals are simps, and I talk about NPCs and the Hylic mind. Yeah, a little bit of everything in there, you know. Didn't want it to be just boring. Anyway, so let's get into the video. So simps, you know, on this channel we have like 500 videos. I've created this channel with the help of many subscribers donating. There's now like over 500 videos on organic portals, including a specific video titled Organic Portal Definition, defining what is an organic portal. I'm glad to see it finally has 4,000 views. That's great. Keep sharing it, keep passing it around, keep pressing the like button. Let's get this information out there, because I believe there's a surface virus overlay and an artificial mentality or mind that rules most of any given species and our species minds. This would be basically the exact same thing as saying the compromised mind, the predatory mind, the ego, the antichrist, and ego Ethereum platform, which is a terminology I came up with. And they're all basically talking about the same thing. And of course, yes, I discussed that in the OP handbook as well. And yeah, anyway, these simps, you know, their minds are ruled by these 7 devils. And you've heard me say this before, but Asmodeus, lust, that's your lust of this carnal body, corporeal carnal body, lust, or Asmodeus, he is the king devil. That's right, there's not just one devil and it's Mr. Devil. There's 7 mental forms or faces of the devil. And Asmodeus lust is king because you have to lust to pride, Lucifer. You have to lust to wrath, Satan. You have to lust to do these things. You know, in the moment you have to draw yourself towards it. And you do that, you know, in a wanting fashion, right, for whatever reason. But yeah, these people are just ruled by that. Now, I can wrath, I can pride, I can lust, I can Leviathan jealousy, I can Belphegor sloth, and so on and so forth. The 7 devils. I can do all those things, but they are only that. That's why your gang stalkers all have the same facials. Because they are rotating the 7 faces of the devil. These 7 ego Ethereum platform devils. And they're only that. Sure, I can do it. I can have momentary lapses and go into it and lower contextualize myself into that and out of my higher id and higher nature and higher self and highest purpose and so forth. Sure, I can fall as well, but they are the fallen. We can fall, but they are the fallen. Now these simps, they also fall in love. And you notice it's a fall, don't you, real men? All of you don't care about anybody who doesn't see it, because you're not a real man. Because you don't see this stuff. That's why you're not real. You're not being real, because it is a fall. Therefore, that is reality. So, you know, it's interesting because these simps, you know, these organic portal Hylic men, they simp for these women, and it's become a trend, you know, in popular culture. Like there's certain YouTube channels that talk about this, like simping for women. So what is it? Like, just in case you haven't seen these channels, like I know a lot of you might have, but a lot of people won't have. They'll be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? So, you know, simping means like being a simp, like being simple. It's like being stupid, being simple, and, you know, here's an example or several examples. Let's go over it now. Like simps, they give energy to women. They give extra energy. Now, it's a secondary feminine matrix. Female is default here, right? Mother Nature as well. I'll throw that in the game. But yeah, it's default here to be female until week 18 when you get testosterone shot and you become a male fetus. Yeah, so it's default to be feminine here. And you see a lot of bitch men, or men that act like females. Now, crying is not necessarily meaning you're a bitch man. I cry. I cry because, you know, there are certain circumstances which warrant it. And the thing is, there's been, you know, many different types of tears. When you see a tear, I have this chart on consciousazine.net. There's a picture when it has like, I don't know, like 15, 20 different types of tears. The joy tear is different to the despair tear in its actual geometrical format and shape. Like exact same as snow crystals and how they all form differently in their geometrical shape and patterns. Same with your tears. A joy tear is different to a despair tear, and so on and so forth. And so that's why it's okay to cry, because what you're doing there is just the flow. You're still the Tao. You're still being the flow, so it's fine. And that's being real. Being fake would be not feeling the novelty depression, because novelty has affinity with depression. Yeah, it's true, I'm a genius. You should probably subscribe by now. Anyway, so these simps, you know, what they like to do is give extra energy, because we're in an energy extraction matrix. And it's interesting that the feminine nature itself mimics this, right? They're receptive. Men are that direct outward energy, right? Women are that receptive nature. So it's all very obvious, you know. And, you know, these simps, they give extra energy that they don't need to. When I approach a woman for whatever reason, even if it is to pick her up, which I don't do anymore, but even if it was to be for that reason, to want to get to know her, go on a date or something like that, establish girlfriend status or whatever, right? Whatever your reason, you know, picking up a chick. If I'm to do that sort of thing, which I just really don't even bother anymore, because I've discovered that 90% of women are these narcissistic organic portals, and that it is only given to you if you clown and become a clown, and if you put in extra energy. Otherwise, you'll get shut down every single time, and they're well aware. They know the game, they know what they're doing, this is their matrix. And it's very obvious after a while when you put all this stuff together. So I hope this saves some of your guys' lives. Consider donating, because I saved your life. How so? Well, maybe because of this video you don't end up on 40 years of or 20 years of child support payments, you dumb simp. There's another example. I would never do that, ever. And I wouldn't even, you know, put myself in the position to put myself there. Anyway, so that's what these are examples of, like, simps. You know, they fall into this stuff. And yeah, organic portal women are a trap. And it's to trap your energy. Like, if you end up on child support payments for 20 years, is probably one of the best examples that you can give. Another one, divorce. She gets half for doing nothing. Say, you know, we're presuming that you've got the wealth, and then she marries you, gold digger, right? This terminology. And then she divorces you. Maybe she even had the nefarious plan all along. I'm just with him for his money, gonna take it. Not saying necessarily, but maybe. And, you know, and then she takes half for nothing just for being in a binding relationship. You don't want to be in bondage or slavery. Mgtow. And that's where Mgtow enters, you see. Alright, that'll do for this video, otherwise it's going to be hard to upload.